Ellipse by Foci method. An ellipse is the locus formed when a point moves so that its distances from two fixed points F1 and F2 is a constant, meaning that CF1 plus CF2 equals PQ. PQ is the major axis, while the vertical line is the minor axis. This satisfies the equation of an ellipse. In this video, I'm going to show you how to construct an ellipse using Foci method. But before I continue, can you please press the red button and subscribe to my channel? The first step is to draw the major axis, which is 150 mm. From the question, we have ellipse with major axis 150 and minor axis 120 mm. The major axis is 150 mm and the minor axis is 120 mm. So bring out your ruler, measure a line AB which equals 150 mm. Then locate the center of the line. Locate the center of the line and name it as your point O. Locate the center and name it as point O. Then from point O, place your ruler. From point O, you place your ruler to get the minor axis. Make sure that O is formed at the center of line AB. So now we have the major line, major axis, which is AB 150 mm, and the minor axis, which is 120 mm. So now the next thing to do is to get the foci point. So for you to get that, bring out your compass. Take the radius of AO. Take the radius of AO, center at C or D. Center at C, strike an arc on line AB. Then take it to the other side, strike another arc. That gives us the foci points, F1 and F2. So after you have gotten the foci points, the next thing is to mark off equal divisions. These divisions, we are going to start from the center, which is O. So we mark off equal divisions, and it should not be more than 2 or 3. It must not exceed the foci points. It must not exceed F1 and F2. So you bring out your compass using any convenient radius. Using any convenient radius. Place it at the center of the line, strike an arc, and mark off 2 or 3 divisions. This is 1. I'll place it here again and mark it off. This is 2. So this is the second one. Then you take it to the other side. The same thing you did towards your right hand side. You transfer it to your left hand side using the same radius. So I'll place my compass here. I'll also mark off 2 equal divisions. 1 and 2. Then I will number it as 0, 1, 2, 3. The divisions must not exceed the foci, remember. 0, 1, 2, and 3. Now, Using radius of AO, A0, center at F1, you strike an arc above and below. So you bring out your compass to measure the radius of A to 0. 0 is the first division. We have 0, 1, 2, and 3. So you place your compass at point A. Pick the radius of A to 0. Center at F1. Center at F1, you strike an arc above and below. You strike an arc above. You repeat the same thing using the same radius below. Move on to the next one. You repeat the same method for A to 1, A to 2, and A to 3. So we are moving on to A to 2, A to 1. We have done A to 0. This is A to 1. When you pick the radius, center at F1. You strike an arc above this way and you take it below. Then you move on to the distance of A to 2. Same center, center at F1. Strike an arc above and below. Then you go to the last point, which is the last division, which is A to 3. So you extend your compass 2.3. Center at F1. Strike an arc above and below. From there, we move on to the other side. We've been able to use F1. Now we want to change our compass to F2. So we start from point B. So we take the radius of B to 3. B to 3, B to 2, B to 1, and B to 0, centered at F2. So I'm going to start with the first point, which is B to 3. So using the radius of B to 3, centered at F2, strike an arc to cut the first arc above, and you repeat the same thing below. I'll take my compass to pick the radius of B to 2. So I have radius of B to 2, centered at F2. Strike an arc above and below. If it doesn't touch, you can extend your arc length. So the next thing is to pick the radius of B to 1. I will extend my compass to point 1. Pick the radius of B to 1. Centered at F2. Strike an arc the same way, above and below. Then the last point, which is the radius of B to 0. Radius of B to 0, centered at F2. Strike an arc above and below. Now we have points that we can link together in order for us to get the ellipse. So the next thing is to join all the points together. Join all the points to get the required curve. At the end of the day, you have a curve that looks like this. Now is to draw the tangent and normal. So we have to pick a point on the curve. It can be above the line, it can be above, it can be below, it can be to the left, it can be to the right. So I want to pick a point named point P and place it above the horizontal line. So I want to pick a point on the curve named as point P. Then I will join F1 to P and F2 to P. I'll pick my construction line and join F1 to P and F2 to P. The next thing is to bisect the angle. Remember, where two lines meet, an angle is formed. So I need to bisect the angle between the two lines. Just place your protractor this way. Strike an arc, 1. Take it to the other end. With the same radius, using the same radius. Strike another arc. Then the next thing is to draw a line from the point of intersection to point P. Pick your ruler, place it at the point of intersection of the arc and point P. Join it with a line. Now the line that passes through the point of intersection to P is called the normal. Now I want to go to the last phase, which is the tangent. To get the tangent, just place your set square at point P. Place your set square at point P to make 90 degrees. So now we have come to the end of this video. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to construct an ellipse using rectangular method.